How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Black Bart Gaming and welcome to another Lost Ark video. In this video I want to talk to you guys quickly about the island called Anguish Isle. I know a lot of players are at that point where they're starting to transition into tier 3, or they're kind of in tier 2 right now and they're a little stuck. They hit that tier 2 wall that we all hit, and I kind of want to give you guys some quick help that's going to help you in the future, and maybe not necessarily right now for your tier 2 progression, but it's going to really help you for your tier 3 progression and giving yourself a ton of gold. So currently I'm on the island called the Anguish Isles. This is going to be just southeast of Punica, and this is a 1100 gear score island. Now keep in mind that you don't actually have to be 1100 to come here, and to do the quest here you actually don't need to be 1100 for the most part. So why are we coming to Anguish Isle? So currently there is a daily available on Anguish Isle that will give you these currencies that you can earn once daily, that's going to give you the ability to go to a vendor on the island that gives you quite a bit of stuff. Now if you're looking at the gameplay on screen, you will see there's quite a bit here. So you'll have a large list of things like Lifestones, things like engraving books, and most importantly class specific legendary engraving books. Now this is a ton of money for players who are ahead of the curve, and this is going to probably be good for most players in general because one, this is a deterministic way of getting legendary engravings that you're not able to like just pick and get most of the time. And secondly, and probably most importantly, there's more on the island a little bit deeper that's going to help your character progression in terms of skill points. Now before we actually talk about the skill points, let's talk about what you have to do. Now once you get to the island, there's going to be a yellow exclamation markered quest that you have to do. You're gonna do a bunch of trivial quests. Again, the mobs are 1100, but if you're like 1080, 1060, you may have a little bit of a harder time than the average player, but you should be able to get it done. These are just trash mobs that may be a little stronger than average. So you do all the quests, and then you're gonna get a quest to go into the ruins or go into the, I don't know, it's just like one of the dungeons on the map. So keep in mind that this dungeon requires you to be 1100 to go into, but the daily itself doesn't require you to be 1100 to do. So what's going to happen is you're going to get these epic keys that's going to allow you to go in. And if you just come here once daily and actually do the quest, and then you can stockpile it and come back later and do it whenever you reach the 1100 mark that you actually need to do it. So if you do have the time, can swing by the island, maybe even leave a Bifrost if you have one. I would highly recommend just doing this once daily, get the quest done. Once you actually do the quest line, it's just killing like 100 of the mobs, and then you get a key, you get 150 of the stones, and you can save those up for whenever you get 1100. Now to add to this, there's another big reason why you want to come here, and that is when you go into the dungeon. Now for those who are not familiar with the storyline, just be aware there I may be a little spoilery for this part, so if you care about that, just keep that in mind. But essentially when you go in, you're going to fight a mob by the name of Broken Stelia. She is one of the Punica questline like villains or something, and she drops the island token, but most importantly she dropped the Omni Star token. Now the reason why you actually want these stars is because it is going to be the way you unlock rapport with the Punicas. Like he's like one of the last rapport vendors that you meet. It's like a giant dragon. Again, this is part of the story, and you are required to get 6 points to unlock 12 skill points total. So on the second reward track, as you see, you actually get a 6-pack of skill points, and then one of the final rewards you'll get another 6-pack of skill points. And if you do the first quest with him, you get one, and then if you get her to drop it, you'll actually get another one because she's the person that drops one of the items. So this is why this is important. You're going to actually get a ton of skill points from just simply doing something that's going to give you one legendary engraving books, resources, and then it's going to give you stars eventually if you're lucky. So again, if you are 1060, 1100, I mean, I seen 1000s, fresh 1000s come over here and do it. So if you're in the point where you're like late tier 2 and you're transitioning to tier 3, I would highly recommend you take the time out, come here, get this done, save up your keys, hit the dungeons, and then be ready for the loot that you're gonna get, because it's gonna be quite a bit. Those legendary engraving books are selling for 24,000 on my server right now in gold, and that's quite a bit. Now with that said guys, I really hope that this video helped you guys out. Don't forget to like as well as subscribe if it did, and I will see you guys in the next Lost Ark video. Later.